let's highlight Part A again real quick, because that's hospital, hospice, and skilled nursing care, right? So that's inpatient services. Meaning you actually have to be admitted to a facility. Obviously, skilled nursing care comes on the heels of an actual inpatient hospital stay, so you're admitted, okay? But Part B is medical. Doctors that poke their head in the room and they say, hey, how you doing? I'm your attending physician today. I'm going to order a battery of tests for you while you're here, and then I'm going to send you a bill for all that later on down the road. And then I'm also going to talk to all these other doctors out here that I'm going to get some advice from them about your situation. They're also going to send you a bill later on too.
Yeah.
You go to the emergency room. That's under Part B. It's outpatient. You go to the urgent care, right? You get a case of the sniffles, but your primary doctor at the VA is booked out for 8 weeks. So by the time that happens, by the time you're able to get there, right, your sniffles are gone.
Uh-huh.
So you want to go to the urgent care to get the antibiotics, whatever it is that you need. That's outpatient. That's Part B. You have something like, God forbid, chemotherapy or dialysis. That's a Part B service. You have diagnostic test procedures. You have a cataract surgery, knee replacement. That's all outpatient. That's Part B. Part B does just about everything else. Outside of inpatient, that's Part B.
So you just brought up Part B being very important in a lot of spontaneous issues, acute issues that could arise.
Right.
Right. So urgent care, ER. Can you speak to somebody and help them see a clearer picture of what would it look like for the person that has the VA and they've been using it exclusively, they love it, but where they end up having to go to a civilian ER for whatever reason, and they don't have Medicare Part B. What does that look like for that person?
That's a great question. So in that situation, if they have Part B, right, they have it, or are you saying they don't have it? You just want to make sure.
They don't have it.
They don't have Part B, but they go to the civilian ER. Okay. So if they go to the civilian ER, what's going to happen is they're going to have a 72-hour period to file that claim with the VA. If they don't, right, if they're in the ER for 4 or 5 days, they missed the 3-day window, they're paying that whole thing. They're getting that whole bill themselves, because the VA requires a 72-hour, again, within 72 hours a claim is filed that they went to the ER. And without Part B, because Part B is what would cover the emergency room, they're going to be stuck dealing with the entire cost. Medicare won't pay anything for it.
So there's people that are probably saying, well, like, there's got to be exceptions. Okay, I'm there for 5 days. Like, something's really went wrong. Like, it sounds like it's kind of, you're trying to make me afraid that this could happen. I don't really think it's likely. It seems like it's a worst case scenario. I'm just not, like, it just doesn't sound real.
That's a great point. I know it doesn't sound real, and I can understand that concern, but I've seen it happen. Right? I'm not speaking from pipe dream, pie in the sky, it might happen. It has happened to veterans.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to roll the dice on that, because here's the reality. We can agree there's exceptions to every rule, right? Every rule has an exception. Do you want to gamble your savings, your retirement on a maybe? On an exception, hopefully?
And to tie it back, the reason that somebody would be considering gambling their resources that they've saved and accumulated would be because they want to save a little bit on a Medicare premium.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Right. So you'd say, hey, you don't want to pay $202 a month for your Part B. Do you want to pay $20,000 for an emergency room bill? $50,000.
Right. And it's safe to live in that land of, hey, that'll never happen to me. Right. And oftentimes, you know, to go, let me talk to somebody that I know is going to give me the answer that I want to hear. Mm-hmm. I know that I've seen that many times in all kinds of different scenarios. Let me talk to them. Cousin, my aunt, my uncle,
mm-hmm.
friend, my nephew, cousin,
right.
aunt, the VA worker,
right.
person at the front desk at the VA.
Yep.
Like, can you tell? Like, whatever it might be, and we want to hear what we want to hear often.
Exactly.
Sometimes it'll justify us in making the decision that feels the most comfortable in the moment. But the point being, I think that you're saying is ultimately, again, why try to save? Why trip over a dollar to try to pick up a penny?
Right.
You can try to save a penny and you could lose a dollar.
Right.
Why not pay the penny and save the dollar?
Exactly.
Especially if you maybe don't even have to pay the full penny.